Did you let Tom in yet?
I'm getting there. Got it. Okay, there's that meeting. Tom's not requesting entry yet. Wow. Crazy. Okay. Are you there? Hello? Do you have your headphones in? Do you have your earbuds on?
What's happening?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Did you
I
let
cannot
Tom
hear
in?
you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you don't got a very strong bandwidth from what I'm seeing. It's yellow and red.
Tom's not requesting entry. I don't see him. So make sure you got the link.
I sent it email and I sent it on Skype too. So,
Oh, okay.
and I had to copy and paste it.
Aha. Okay. All right. Well, we've been live for 2 minutes. Don't have anything done yet. So let me
get my
let me
coffee.
get,
I'm gonna get my coffee. He'll probably be here any minute. Is it live yet?
yeah, it is.
Okay, well, I'll just leave my picture for now.
Okay. Well, I had to. All right, go get your coffee. Send invite. Sorry, people. Give us just a second. We're doing this differently. We're using a different service to do this. So we always do something different every single time we do a live stream. That is because we're still looking for the right way to do the live stream so it works. So pop up into Skype. Okay. I just sent you a link in our private Skype room. Yes. I just sent you a link in our private Skype room.
Yeah, why?
So you take that link and forward it to Tom. The one after you said let me in. Just click the 3 dots and forward.
I did that already. I've already sent it. Twice.
Okay, well, then go to his Skype contact and see if he's picked it up.
Staying conversation, waiting for Tom to accept. I don't know, maybe it's not the right Tom. I think it is though, because we talked before. Why don't you copy the link for the email, you know, when you put invite?
Yeah. Okay. I'll just email it to him directly.
Yeah, that would be better.
All right, we're getting close.
Your picture's frozen if you didn't know. Just so you know.
Well, it's not supposed to be.
Huh?
It's not supposed to be. Hang on. Well, it doesn't look like it's frozen in Zoom.
I'm in Zoom, you know. You see me, right? I mean, my picture anyway.
Yeah, I see your static picture.
Well, whatever I'm looking at, you're frozen. I thought I
Okay.
was in Zoom too, but I don't know why. It says custom sweet dreaming service. Next time we're going to use mine. Let's see.
Okay. There we go. That one.
We should have, you know what we should have done is we should have invited Ted too. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, it would have been.
But it's probably too late to bring him in.
Yeah, probably. Oh, okay. Well, now I just copied Tom's email address, and I lost the invite link to the Zoom. So hang on just a second.
Like this, something about this doesn't want us to put this out there. I don't know.
No, it's just needs a little more than 30 minutes to set up a live when you got to use a custom service. So, I had orders. Okay, close that. Oh, for crying out loud. Right there. Go back there. Participants. Invite. Copy.
No, I had a virtual background on my Skype. Now I won't have it, I guess. Oh yeah. Well, I guess maybe I do have it.
You don't use a virtual background in Zoom normally.
I know, but I wanted to today. But I don't know.
Well, you can use the blurry background.
There's no blurry background.
Or you can upload.
I did a howling wolf.
Okay.
Well, plus I got the moon background, but the only reason I did that is, are we live? Are they hearing me talk?
Yeah, they're hearing every word we're saying.
Well, isn't that nice?
You asked me if we were live. I said yes, we're live.
Well, unlive us.
I can't unlive us without ending the show. I had to set up the live. I had to set up the live stream to the custom streaming service, so we're going out over Restream.
Oh, I can see you
and
talking now.
It's not something that's natively supported by Zoom. So you have to set up the custom at the time you go live. So
it's so confusing. Well, where's Tom?
No, it's not that confusing. I just let's see. Yeah. I just sent him the link to his email. That's he's got a different email address also though, right? It's Tom@ScalarLight.
No, don't send it there. Fiat 77.
Oh, there we go. Admit. There he is. There he is. We found him.
Good.
Okay. He's connecting to audio.
Okay.
Hi there. We made it.
All righty. How do I look? Do I have plenty of light?
Yeah, you look fine. Everybody, actually, I should turn a couple of my lights off because everybody expects the nocturnal team to be a little
Where's
dim.
my little-
Is that plenty of light or too much, Paul?
Well, what do you think,
Oh, there he is.
Gail?
It's okay. It's
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
see
that
you
looks
fine.
good.
The room isn't lit up.
Yeah.
It's more lighting. There's more lighting on your face, so to speak.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
just not
Well-
even seen today, but anyway.
How long have we been streaming so far? Let's see. We've been on already for 10 minutes and 51 seconds, and it just took us that long to get everything set up. Okay, Gail, take it over. Start us out.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia on Free Range, where we graze on wonderful ideas. And today we're having a special little session to give you an update on some prophecies that have come forward. And the people that present them are usually pretty spot on. So we're going to let Tom explain that. And he can take it from there if you'd like, unless you have something else to say, Paul.
The only thing that I need to do is I need to make sure that I have the stuff that we need shareable. So, do you want to do the Christine one first, Tom?
Sure. And by all means, and why don't we try and show this text so we can read word for word the prophecy. Can you display that on the screen?
So
Okay.
ChristinaGallagher.org, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me share that and get that up on the screen here.
Did you have, I think he may have sent you the actual wording. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Do you have the actual wording, Paul? If not, I'll resend it to you.
Okay, I've got her website.
Yeah, she has thousands. We're speaking about a woman by the name of Christina Gallagher. She's a mystic, a Catholic mystic from Ireland. And Christina Gallagher has been receiving messages for 25, 30 years. And she has thousands of messages from Jesus Christ and the Blessed Virgin Mary. And what we're trying to impart is that these mystics have been told recently of some events that are approaching mankind that I deem to be very noteworthy, and I want to share those messages with our crowd tonight. So, Paul, I'm going to send over the message to you right now. I'm going to send it to Gail first. Gail, can you forward it to Paul?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
You're going to email it to me?
Yeah, I just emailed it to you.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry about this hold up here. I thought we had this all together already, but.
Well, all I have to do is search.
There we go.
And search my entire inbox for everything.
Here, don't bother. Don't bother. I will have it to you in a couple minutes here.
Okay, did you get it? You all set?
Yes. Let me copy. You want just the part where it starts my people of New York, correct?
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Paul, I'm going to send this to you in Skype. Is that okay? How would you prefer I send it to you?
Just
Email
drop
or
it to me in
Skype?
drop it to me in email if he emailed it to you.
So what we'll do, I'll explain. Thank you for bringing up the website, and if you want, we'll take it from here. Gail, do you want to start off again the introduction, or should we continue?
Well,
we're already live.
Okay.
So everybody and their brother is hearing us getting our act together. So let's just do it. Keep going.
All right. So to set this in the proper context, I am a Roman Catholic, and I've found prophecy to be very noteworthy And I want to share these prophecies from various Catholic mystics with our audience, because it's from God, and any message from God should be heeded. Now, I'm going to ask people to pray and discern as to what I'm going to mention tonight. This is not my opinion. I am not giving my opinion. I am going to quote messages from Jesus Christ, and then I'll let the audience discern. I will let the audience decide and pray upon these messages. And the messages from God are really a stark warning and specific to the United States. Exactly why, only God knows. But we have a loving God. Nonetheless, these messages must be taken in the context that God is trying to warn us, perhaps of a coming event in New York in which there will be destruction. And the reason I say that, once again, this is not my opinion. I'm going to read word for word a prophecy that was given to a mystic, Christina Gallagher. If you look at the homepage that we have up, there is a website, christinagallagher.org. And this website details various messages given to this Irish mystic over the years. Now, in particular, I want to isolate one message that has been given to Christina Gallagher on more than one occasion. And that message we have before us, and I'm going to read this. This is a message from Jesus Christ. And this message was given back in September of 2018. And the message reads, and I'm quoting now from Jesus, quote, "My people of New York, you failed to hear and take to heart my call. You have a very short time to answer to my call. Your life is so busy with everything of the world and that of the flesh. I do not exist in your lives, but when the chain of power begins, you will realize how foolish you have become. I call you man of sorrow, for that is what you have been in my heart. Listen in humility to my wisdom through my messenger regarding the existence of New York, for it will be disintegrated to a non-existence while you are asleep, and it is too late to awake you. Time is now. Your time is short. As I said, I will not call you again. The choice is yours, my people. I love you. Turn to me while you have time. Accept me as your Lord and Savior." It's a very strong message. Now, Christina Gallagher has been receiving, again, messages from Jesus and Mary for over 25 years. And I'm going to give the audience an idea of just how accurate she is. Christina Gallagher was visiting New York City in 1999, and she was actually in Manhattan at the site of the World Trade Towers on September 11th, 1999. Now, that is 2 years to the day before the terrorist attack. And Jesus gave Christina Gallagher a message while she was in New York City. Remember, she's from Ireland. And while Christina Gallagher was visiting New York City on September 11th, 1999, Jesus told her to beware that destruction is coming, that great destruction was coming to that city, New York City. Well, 2 years to the date, on September 11, 2001, the World Trade Towers were attacked. Now, this time, once again, Christina Gallagher is receiving messages from Jesus. And I'm going to again highlight, I'm reading my messenger regarding the existence of New York, for it will be disintegrated to a non-existence while you are asleep, and it is too late to awake you. It's a very strong, powerful message. I don't know exactly what that means, that New York will be disintegrated. But I pray that people heed these messages, that these are warnings from God. And why is God saying this? Because he's trying to tell us of what is coming in the future. Perhaps this is going to be another terrorist attack on New York City. Again, I explain these prophecies as best I can. I am not receiving this message, but I feel compelled and I feel a duty to share these messages from God. These are public websites, and you can visit this website, ChristinaGallagher.org. You can visit this website and you could read messages from the past 25, 30 years that Christina Gallagher has been receiving. Her messages are accurate. The prophecies come true. Now, I certainly don't want any harm to come to anybody, but thus far, the messages have proven to be accurate. With that said, I ask everybody to pray. Pray for the safety of New York. Apparently, New York City is in peril again. New York City might be the sign of the times, if you will. We live in violent times. That violence might once again play out in New York City, perhaps another terrorist attack. I don't know. I have not received any type of indication from God. I don't have a vision as to the fate of New York. I say this for people to discern, to pray upon. We realize that we need to pray and we need to come back to God. And that was really the gist of this message. The message is not to intimidate. The message is to bring people back to God. But let's just keep this into proper context. No specific date is given. And so I can't project a timeline here. Okay, back to you, Paul and Gail.
Okay. Paul, are you still there?
Yes, but I was muted.
Oh,
so
okay.
I would not interrupt anyone.
Alrighty then.
Okay. Is there anything else on this website you want me to search for and bring up?
No, but what I think it's best is that we encourage people to read these messages. Unless this is pointed out to you, you may have never heard of these prophecies. Okay, ChristinaGallagher.org. Paul, if you could scroll down just a little bit, you could see the website right below that icon. A little bit more.
Where is it?
There it is, right below.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, point that out. ChristinaGallagher.org.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, wow, interesting. And
Yes.
now this is not just one person that's talking about something hitting New York. This is one of a couple people.
Right. Okay.
That's why we decided to point this out, to let you be aware of it. We don't know, exactly what or when anything of this nature may happen, but it could, it's just something to be aware of.
Right. Now,
and from people that have good reputations.
How did you send me that other one? What was the name of the other guy?
I'm going to send you another message, Paul, by email. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to speak to the audience about a third mystic. His name is John Leary. Now, John Leary likewise has been receiving messages from God for over 25 years. And again, the messages must be discerned, and you have to pray upon these messages. The messages are not meant to intimidate, to scare. And anyway, this is not a doom and gloom message. The reason I'm sharing these messages specifically tonight is that time is of the essence, because these mystics are saying that there are events that are coming, and they're pinpointing New York City as being a place of destruction. Now, John Leary is a Catholic mystic. I know him personally. I've met him. Now, in so doing, over the years, I've been able to read John's messages and if you will, have a better understanding of the future. Well, recently, John received messages regarding New York City. He was shown a vision of the Freedom Tower in New York City collapsing. And I've asked him this. I had a phone conversation with him. And John made it very clear. He said, I can't give any dates, but John saw the Freedom Tower collapsing, as did the trade towers 20 years ago. And again, these are messages from God, visions from God, trying to warn the people of an approaching event, that New York City, once again, apparently is the site for this evil, that a terrorist attack is coming to New York City. I can't give any dates. John Leary wasn't given any dates. I don't give any dates. Now, what Paul is showing is a YouTube video, and you could click that. And in that YouTube video, John Leary's being interviewed. And during the interview, at the 13-minute mark, 13-minute, 30-second point, John is sharing a message from Jesus Christ. And John Leary is sharing a vision that he had of the Freedom Tower on fire and collapsing. Now, that is a horrific sight. And when I asked John, it doesn't sound like it's going to be anything short of another type of attack, some type of bomb, perhaps. So the message is, it's a stern warning once again from our Lord. It's not meant to intimidate, it's meant to educate people. Now, Paul, if you want to go back to the 13-minute mark, and you could play it right there and take the mute off.
The wrong way, if they don't change their lives before they die, they could wind up in hell. That's really warning people that. This one is about the destruction of the Freedom Tower in New York City, October 8th. I could see the host of Jesus and the monstrance of adoration. Later, I saw black clouds coming into New York City with the destruction of the Freedom Tower. I just explained a little bit. For those that are familiar with Jonathan Cahn's Harbingers, he likened the comparison between Israel and America. And then Israel, the country was consecrated in Jerusalem, and the destruction came in Jerusalem. In the United States, if you're not familiar with the history of it, George Washington, his first inaugural address, he consecrated the country to Jesus, to God. And what happened was, this was in New York City before Washington became the central part of the country. So this was the dedication of our country at ground zero. And then the destruction came at ground zero. This was a punishment, like in Isaiah chapter 9, a punishment for our sins. And the problem is, we did not change our ways. We did not repent like the people did at Nineveh. And because of that, when we built the Freedom Tower, we built that in defiance of God. And even Obama put, we will rebuild, and forget those 3 lines that he put in there. But it was like daring God to destroy it. I mean, it was against, in defiance of what the punishment had. That's why it's going down, absolutely. The same thing, like when they had the Titanic, they said this ship will never be destroyed by God. It was destroyed in the first voyage. So this is the same kind of thing. I could see the host of Jesus and not to that one. Jesus said, my people, you heard a good explanation of the gospel of the Good Samaritan by the priest. You were told the first and second commandments of loving me and your neighbor as yourself. Then you were given an explanation of who your neighbor is. You are to love everyone, even those people you call your enemies. I love all of you, even those people who do not love me. I am showing you more destruction that will be brought upon you by your enemies. You are seeing the smoke and destruction of your Freedom Tower. The devil and the one world people are so angry at your president for undoing all of their plans, especially putting in 2 justices on the Supreme Court. This is why the evil ones will be striking back with a major evil event to try and stop your president for what he's doing. You are seeing the frustration of the one world people, and you'll be planning more violence for your midterm elections. Pray for your country, because you'll be going through some dark times when the evil gets so bad. I will warn you when it is time to come to my refuges. This message was about refuges and having how important it is to have water on the refuge. We did a practice run with our prayer group, overnight stay. We were trying not to use electricity. We were only using the water we had. We didn't, use the faucet water. And so we realized how much water you needed. But on the other hand, if you don't have fresh water, you can't survive. So he's warning.
That's okay, Paul. Paul, that's good. That's good.
Right.
That's good. So we were watching an interview with John Leary. He was at a speaking event, and he was sharing his prophecies, his visions. And this dates back to 2018, in which John Leary was shown a vision of the Freedom Tower collapsing. Well, that has to be a very strong, powerful bomb to bring down the Freedom Tower. Now, if you listen carefully, John was saying that people have to come back to God, that God cannot protect us. There's something known as God's permitting will, in which this is a world in which free will is allowed. And John made it very clear that the one world order people are planning the destruction of the Freedom Tower. So no matter who's going to be blamed in the future for this coming destruction of the Freedom Tower, the real engine of evil is the New World Order, the one world order. That's the Illuminati. These are Satanists. And these people, this group, the Illuminati, is trying to control the world. And they're trying to do that by confusion, by terror, by destruction. So again, all of these messages have to be discerned properly. But John Leary is another Catholic mystic that I appreciate, because ultimately his visions, his prophecies come true. These are valid mystics. These are men and women who are receiving messages from God. And whether you like them or not, it's a stern warning. God wants us to come back to him. He cannot protect us against the New World Order unless we come back to him, unless we declare that he's our God and he's going to help us. Well, many people in this world, they don't believe in God, or they mock God. So again, this is another warning to New York City from John Leary that the one world order is planning another attack, and that John saw the Freedom Tower collapsing. Okay, Gail,
I was muted.
Okay. Yes, I unmuted myself. So I was wondering, oh gosh.
Gail, I sent you.
Oh boy,
I sent you another email, Gail, of another mystic that I want to speak of. Did you get that, Anna Marie?
Hang on.
Anna Marie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, pop that open and send it to me. And
Now
they've suggested the possibility that there would be a terrorist attack of some sort this weekend, maybe.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think that wow. All right, my computer just started doing weird things. So I'm going to move you over there and figure it out.
I was thinking it's interesting that they said the Freedom Tower, and it could even be metaphorically speaking in the sense that our freedom is being threatened, seriously threatened.
It is by the New World Order. They want to take us over. You're right. And it might be symbolic if they do strike the Freedom Tower and they do bring down the Freedom Tower with a massive bomb. That might be their way of mocking God and mocking us, saying, well, you belong to us. Again, the New World Order wants to control mankind. They want to enslave us. People have to realize that. And these Satanists, they'll stop at nothing. These are just evil, terrible people. So let me review. There was a Catholic mystic by the name of Christina Gallagher. In 1999, she was in New York City, and Jesus told her that New York City would suffer great devastation. She was visiting New York City on September 11th, 1999. 2 years to the day, 2 years to the day, on September 11th, 2001, the trade towers were struck and the trade towers were demolished. Now, Christina Gallagher recently, the past 2-3 years, has been receiving additional messages in which she says specifically that Jesus told her New York City would suffer great violence, that it would be disintegrated. Well, what does that mean? Well, to use that term disintegrated, I would have to say that buildings can be disintegrated, that physical material can be disintegrated. Now, if that's the case, then New York City, once again, is going to be the site of some type of destruction that will disintegrate buildings. Okay. So let's pray upon this. Let's discern all of these messages. I share these messages again to warn people and to share these prophetic utterances. Okay. These mystics are valid. John Leary, we just listened to his presentation by way of a video. John was shown the destruction of the Freedom Tower, specifically the destruction of the Freedom Tower. And John is an accurate mystic. I believe he's valid, that he receives messages from God. So again, I have a duty to mention these things. I have a duty to tell people what is forthcoming. And I'm doing that. These mystics have public websites. You could visit John's website, johnleary.com. So none of this is hidden. God does not hide his messages. God is trying to warn us. Now, the question is, will people start to listen? And will people come back to God? That's the key here. The key is not to intimidate. The key is not about the destruction of the Freedom Tower. The key is, will people see the signs? Will people start waking up and realize that the one world order is behind this? That the one world order was behind the initial 9/11. That the one world order, these evil satanic people are going to try to bring down the Freedom Tower. This is another terrorist attack that's being planned. What's the point? Come back to God, pray, live good, decent, holy lives, and to be aware that there is an enemy. In this world, we see that there is indeed a new world order, and we are being assailed by this new world order. This new world order wants to take us over. That's the point I'm trying to make. This new world order, they want to subjugate us. This is the key. This is something that hopefully many people now are starting to realize.
Is it that greenscapular.org? That is the one you want opened, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Paul, if you could open that, and then we'll share that. Okay, so there's another mystic. Her name is Anna Marie. She's a Catholic mystic. Her website is greenscapular.org, Green scapular, SCAPULAR.org, greenscapular.org. Now, what's pertinent about this message? Well, just recently, the Blessed Mother on August 2nd in Jesus gave Anna Marie a message, and I'll read it from the Blessed Mother. Anna Marie, my dear mother, may I ask you, please? Anna Marie is asking the Blessed Mother a question. Will you bow down to Jesus, your beloved son, who was born in Bethlehem and raised in Nazareth? Why is that being asked? Anna Marie wants to test the vision. Now, Mary, the Mother of God, will always acknowledge and bow down and worship Jesus. That's one of the ways you can test a vision, okay? And if you're of God, you'll always acknowledge God and bow down and worship him. So I continue. As a man, he was taken down, tortured, and crucified for all mankind's sins, died, descended to the dead, arose, and ascended into heaven, where he now sits at his Father's right hand side to judge the living and the dead. So in response, the Blessed Mother acknowledges God. Yes, my dear one, I, your Heavenly Mother Mary, will now and will always bow down and adore my beloved Son, Jesus of Nazareth, who was born in Bethlehem, did grow up in Nazareth, was taken as a man and tortured, crucified, he died and was buried. He descended to the dead and rose, then ascended into heaven, where Jesus now sits at his Father's right-hand side to judge the living and the dead. So the Blessed Mother acknowledges that God is superior. She bowed down and worshiped him during this vision, giving an indication that she acknowledges God as a supreme being. Okay. And the Blessed Mother speaks. Dear one, I'm quoting, dear one, the vision you witnessed today may be mitigated if enough apostles pray that it is. Please ask my apostles to pray for its mitigation, my dear one. And the mystic replies, yes, Mother, I will. I love you, Mother Mary. And so we conclude with Mother Mary saying, I love you all too, meaning all of mankind, your Heavenly Mother Mary. So Mary is always looking out for us, the world, her children. And she's always interceding on behalf of Jesus. So again, this is an uplifting message, even though the latter part of this message speaks of another type of violence, a bomb in specific is mentioned. So if we could go to page 2 now of this message. And again, please discern all of this and pray upon this. Okay, so the mystic Anna Marie was given this vision on August 2nd, 2021, just a little bit more than a month ago, at 8:30 in the morning, 8:30 a.m. And this is the vision that this mystic had. She was in an open field, maybe some type of national park, maybe some type of open field, if you will. And she was looking at a Civil War tent, meaning what? That perhaps we as a country are going to a stage of civil war, okay? And she's looking towards the mountains in this vision, and she saw a plume of smoke, and that she believed would turn into a mushroom cloud. And she said, I believe I was actually present, and I wondered how long it would take for the shock wave of the bomb to reach me. I was preparing to turn around and run away from the bomb cloud. Now, this is a vision that this mystic Anna Marie had on August 2nd, 2021, just again, a little bit more than a month ago. So the vision is that of, in the distance, some type of a bomb cloud that was forming, to the point it was so strong that she anticipated a shock wave. Okay, and if you scroll down to the bottom of this vision, the mystic is saying this vision could have been in any location around the United States, okay? In any location around the United States. So does that mean that there's some location in the United States that might be hit by a bomb? We don't know. And I can't give a location, I can't give a date. I simply look at the message, I discern, and I read, and I heed the warning. Okay, and the mystic goes on, it may fit the terrain of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Okay, I was some distance away from the bomb, maybe 30 miles away. The billowing of smoke was rising in a huge formation. I believe it was turning into a mushroom cloud, but the vision ended before the smoke plume had risen higher. The plume was at least 6 stories high. The Lord stopped the vision as if it was a picture and not a vision. I believe the Lord stopped the vision, letting me know that it could be mitigated through prayer. That's the key. We have to pray. We have to come back to God. We have to live good lives. I'm going to read that again. This is so important. And I want everybody to pray. Again, these are not messages of doom and gloom. These are educational, instructional messages. I believe the Lord stopped the vision, letting me know that it could be mitigated through prayer. Well, for the past month, I've been asking all of my friends to pray so that we can mitigate this impending disaster, whatever it's going to be. According to this mystic, Anna Marie, it's a bomb. It's a very strong bomb, so strong that it carries a shock wave to it. Okay, so I'm going to read it again. I believe the Lord stopped the vision, letting me know that it could be mitigated through prayer, that it might not take place if many people began praying to stop it, that it might not take place if many people began praying to stop it. Now, this is the key. Prayer changes events. Prayer can change people. Prayer can change events. We know that. All of us who have an appreciation of prayer realize that prayer is intercessory and prayer can offset evil. So I'm encouraging people. I've been sharing this message with friends and family for the past month for them to pray to mitigate this punishment or this bomb threat. Okay. Now, the last remark, I have placed this prayer, this mitigation, I've placed this on the blessed green scapular, which is it's a sacramental in the Catholic Church, and ask you to pray with me so it does not take place. My concern is that it will take place on 9/11/2021. Please, dear apostles, pray to stop this from happening. Okay, so Anna Marie, who's an apostle of this sacramental, a green scapular is a holy relic, if you will. It's a sacramental that you wear around your neck, much like a medal. And it carries supernatural power. It carries grace with it. And this mystic, Anna Marie, is asking everybody to pray. I'm going to read it again. I have placed this intention, on a blessed green scapular, and I ask you to pray with me so it does not take place. What does not take place? The bomb detonation. My concern is that it will take place, the bombing, on September 11th, 2021, which is tomorrow. Please, dear apostles, pray to stop this from happening. That's the key. That's the key tonight. The key is to pray. God allows free will. And even though God protects us, he's trying to warn us that there is a new world order. He's trying to warn us that there is evil in this world. A bomb is obviously an intention, an evil intention. And anybody who's going to try and bomb any city in the United States, this has to be stopped. It can be stopped through prayer. So keep in mind, it's never a lost cause. Again, I've been sharing these messages with family and friends for the past month, trying to avert a catastrophe. And I pray that a catastrophe does not come to New York City. And I hope that this bomb that Anna Marie was told about is not a bomb that's going to be here in the United States or anywhere. I hope this bomb does not go off. So again, these are messages that have to be discerned. I want everybody to consider what's being said. And please pray. It's never a lost cause. Please pray for the mitigation of this disaster.
Yeah. Prayer, whether or not you believe in prayer or intention or whatever, it couldn't hurt. You know, it's kind of like preparing by picking up dried foods and canned foods and things like that. Okay. You may need them, you may not. If you don't need them, you can still eat them. You know, couldn't hurt.
Exactly. It never hurts to be prepared, and it never goes to waste either. And let's hope that this is indeed mitigated, and our thoughts of good intentions and so on,
Right,
and prayers can make all the difference in the world. We've seen that very type of thing heal people, for example. So,
yeah. Well, what have we got going on here? We've got three people that are prognosticating roughly the same event at a very close period of time. We know that we've got the new world order that right now are in the death throes, trying to keep people from waking up, because once people wake up and see through the veil, see through their crud, that they're not going to have us under control anymore. They're working to destroy the economy of the United States. They're working to bring in a new monetary system. The bad guys know that the child sacrifices and the abuses and crimes against humanity that they've committed are not going to go unpunished. This is their death knell. They just want to take out as many people as they can before they wind up dying, because they're just that evil.
And they want to destroy the United States. And that has been the plan for some time now. And it is as if it's could or is leading to being like another Holocaust, okay, of Americans. And people have
one
to
among
wake up.
many.
Yes, people have to wake up. It's so important. And it's so important to turn to the Creator and ask that this, we don't want this to happen.
Whatever you believe in, whoever
Exactly.
you believe in,
Exactly.
find a little time to be on your knees, okay? Just a little time.
Thank you. You're right. Prayer works. Prayer is supernatural. It's strong. Prayer can change events. We can change this event. If a bomb is being prepared for New York City, enough prayer, enough sacrifice will change it. You can offset evil with prayer. I've tried to inculcate that concept, and many of you realize that, and many of you know that from the heart. So again, these messages are stark warnings. I realize it. These three mystics have all been told of some type of a destruction in various ways by Jesus and Mary. But these prophetic events could be altered completely, or at least mitigated, by prayer. So the point of this conversation tonight is to inform the audience as to these prophecies, these predictions, and then to encourage people to pray to mitigate this punishment, or to mitigate this act of violence upon our world. Pray.
Yeah, we're gonna drop a love bomb on it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop a love bomb. And remember, a catastrophe is only a catastrophe if you're unprepared when it happens.
Exactly. I like that idea, Paul. A love bomb. That's what we need. That's the kind of
We're gonna
bombs
drop a love bomb on.
That's a good thing. That's wonderful. And that's what we need. We need to envision a better world, not a destroyed world. And let's face it, these are Satanists that we're up against, and they are trying to take this country down.
I want to commend Gail and Paul for all the work you've been doing over the years to try to inform people, educate people that there is a dark side to this cabal, that there are evil people. There is a one world order. These are Satanists. They hate us. They hate us. And right now they're trying to ruin our lives. And, the act of terrorism on September 11th, 2001, that was an inside job. The cabal, the Illuminati, was behind that. There are a lot of fall guys, but at its very core, the Illuminati plans these events. And if there's another bomb that's being planned for New York City, I can guarantee you, at the very core, at the very center of that plan, the very focal point of that plan, it's the Illuminati. This is their act of Satanism. These people are vile. They're disgusting. They're Satanists.
Well, they're looking for a destruction of the monetary system and taking out the World Bank headquarters and taking out Wall Street and leveling,
everybody.
Impoverishing everybody and leveling the symbol of freedom that was put up to replace the World Trade Center.
Yeah, you're right. It's what type of destruction are they planning for New York City? I don't know. If it's a bomb and the bomb is strong enough to demolish the Freedom Tower, my goodness, that's a powerful bomb. I don't understand anything about bombs, but I'm not going to go down that road.
Well, look at what they've done with the farmers. They've sent them letters and told them to destroy their crops. Right now, there are weather wars in the Louisiana area, which certainly is a lot of ports that help bring in different goods and so on. So there's a lot of things that are going on that I hope people are paying attention to, because you can't rely on mainstream media to tell you the truth about anything. They lie, because they're a part of this Satanist cabal.
Yeah. And
they hate humanity, and they want us as their slaves, basically.
They want to kill as many people as possible. But, I just thought it would be extremely easy to vaporize New York and have it fall into a hole. And I'm not fear-mongering or anything, but a lot of people that listen to our program know what the extensive tunnel network is under New York City. There is an extensive underground network under there. There's the subway system, and then there's many levels below that where the heating and air conditioning pipes, the electrical wiring, it's all run through different levels under New York. There's a lot of open air under the island. So all they got to do is fracture the surface and the whole thing falls right into the hole. So maybe that's why they're picking on it.
You made a good point that the media, many of the media outlets are either controlled or owned by the Illuminati. So when you listen to the media today, it's not a free press. It's controlled by the cabal. Who owns the media? The Rothschilds, the Warburgs, the Barings, the Schiffs, the Rockefellers. These are these evil satanic families of the Illuminati. And a lot of people have to realize many of these corporations are owned and controlled by the Illuminati. Their power structure is just incredible in this world. It's really a demonic design.
They go after New York because it's a very dense populated area.
Yeah.
The more they can take out, if that's their plan. And there's a new movie out. I don't know if you had the opportunity to see it. It was on. It was called Illuminati, and it told a lot of the history behind the Illuminati and the Satanists and the different symbols and signs that they use, and that's your clue. And that's a very educational movie. I don't know if you.
I watched part of it, Gail. You're right. A lot of these Satanists, they give themselves away. A lot of them will show satanic symbols, Masonic symbols, and they're very much out in the open if you know what you're looking at, if you can discern. It's so important to discern. People need to pray. People need to educate themselves. Why are we doing this tonight? To educate you, to encourage you to pray, not to be afraid, to encourage you to be aware that God is our Savior, Jesus is our Savior, and to repel, to, if you will, to fight back against the one world order. Don't listen to their lies.
Faith over fear.
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
Absolutely. And you have the capacity to have faith over fear, because that's why they attack humanity, because humanity has creativity. They have the spark of life. They have the gift from the Creator that they don't have, that the evil ones don't have. They're descendants of Cain. Okay? Cain killed Abel. Cain killed Abel because Cain was jealous of Abel. Abel had the spark of life. Cain set forth to get rid of that spark of life. And every descendant from Cain has no soul. They have no spark of life. They have no compassion. They have no humanity. That is why they attack humanity. That's why they attack us.
It's kind of a clue too, isn't it, Paul? When you think about it, that the people that appear to be heartless and cold-blooded and don't have any compassion or empathy or any of that anything of that nature, is kind of I think it's a clue as to who you're dealing with.
Yeah, you're right. Whether you see these people at the country club or in business or at a social event, there are some people who they have no compassion for mankind, and they'll step on you just to get ahead in life. And you're right. So, we have to discern. We have to discern this evil. And I know there's many good, decent people, holy people who are listening to us talk this evening. And I know this is unconscionable to you. You say to yourself, why would somebody want to blow up a city? Why would somebody want to molest children? Why is there child trafficking? These people are devoid of the grace of God. These people are possessed. They're possessed by the devil.
Because they delight in it.
Yeah, they do delight in it.
They revel in telling us what they're going to do and then doing it.
Yeah.
Or they really, really revel in getting us to do to ourselves what they would do to us. They really, really get a tickle out of that.
And they laugh at us, yes, for our ignorance.
Yeah. So.
But more and more people are waking up, and that's the purpose of this whole thing, as well as to wake up to what's really going on, to realize that there's something that I know we have to be careful what we say, but when in regard to this, one of the things that was recently said to me, which I never even thought of before. Now, we've talked about having the ability to become patented because of having substances within you that were created that are synthetic, but also the fact that what if not only would that create an ownership, what if that would also mean that they were also entitled to anything and everything that you owned as well?
Explain that to people. Gail, that with the jab, go ahead. That many of these jabs are patented, and then when you take this chemical into your body, you can be tracked.
You can be tracked. You can be mind controlled. You can be. They can monitor your vital signs. They can even control your mind. I mean, your emotions, your thoughts, and that's why there's not just one. They're going to keep them coming. They're going to keep them coming.
Yeah.
I want to add something to that.
Just before you add something, just keep in mind we're on both Facebook and YouTube right now.
Okay. Every Catholic mystic that I know, all of them have been told, avoid this worldwide program. Do not take the shot.
Yeah.
The global program is evil. Do not take it. Every Catholic mystic was told, do not take it.
Well, there was something else that I'd like to say, but I don't know if it's safe for me to say it. So,
well, then don't.
Okay.
The thing is, they have no humanity, and they will attack your humanity, and they want to destroy your humanity. Now, what better way to destroy your humanity than to cut the connection between you and your higher self, between you and your creator?
They want to steal your light. Let me put it that way.
Yes. And they want to do it by putting you in sufficient terror that they can feed on your loosh. They can suck up your energy.
More than that, even. Your very spirit. Yeah.
And they give Dracula a bad name. These people are Dracula. Actually. All right. Well, can we do something to leave this on an uplifting note? I think we've had hints of uplifting notes all the way through it. The thing is, you decide what you will accept for your own existence, and through prayer and through intention and through your own conscious belief. Remember, the line, what you can conceive and believe you will achieve, is not bullshit. Okay? Deal with it. You decide what you will accept for your
You're right. If people realize if you just make some effort on a daily basis, you can change your life, you can change the world. It's when people become disconsolate and they don't think that there's a future, or they give up. Don't ever give up. Every good deed counts. Every good deed counts. Don't ever give up.
And if you
And envisioning a positive and delightful future rather than concentrating on doom and gloom, because
Right.
there is that element that we create our own reality by what we think and what we are programmed to, and starting to recognize those programs and starting to delete the ones that aren't what you want. Think about what you really want.
And if you have not yet seen the program on video.gailofgaia.com, that will take you to Gail's Odyssey page. Look in the list of videos there for the Emoto project video.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, if consciousness, if your own intent, your own prayer, your own thought can physically affect matter by changing the structure of water. Okay. If you can do that, you can do anything.
Yes, because that is so important. I'm so glad you brought that up, Paul, because that is the very delightful thing to be able to leave this on. Because when you think positive thoughts, when you have love and gratitude, you're 70% water at the very least. And that water forms crystals that are beautiful when you're full of love and gratitude.
Right. That's a great example of prayer intention. Dr. Emoto demonstrated that. When people pray and they can project that,
yes,
that love and that intention, there's a beautiful crystalline formation of water. That's a cause and effect. That's your mind, that's your heart in prayer, in intention. It works. If we can make an impression upon water, we can make an impression upon the world.
Exactly, because it doesn't just end with you. You project a field out around you as well. And so you influence others as well. And that's why the more people that do this, the more powerful it is. If humanity only knew how powerful they really are when they come together in love and gratitude and prayer, meditation, however you want to perceive it, but being in the mindset of beauty, love, gratitude, and service to others is basically what it really boils down to.
Thank you. Well spoken.
Your auric field is infectious. You will infect those around you, and not with the sniffles or a high fever. You will infect those around you with your positivity.
Exactly.
So be positive already.
Just like you can tell when you walk into a room, if there's somebody that's been arguing or fighting versus if people are all happy and joyful. You can sense it as soon as you walk into the room.
Yep, you can feel the vibe. Okay,
so bring up your vibes.
All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for being here. We don't have any intro music. We don't have any outro music. We don't have any have any commercials being able to put in here because we did this at the last minute just so we could get this information out to you before 9/11/21. And I believe that's what we did. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are on Rumble. And we are on DLive. This program was not recorded, but it was streamed. So one of those 4 platforms will have it in its entirety, no matter what happened. So thank you so much for being with us, Tom. It's always a pleasure. It's always wonderful.
For your effort, Gail. Thank you. I tip my hat to both of you. Thanks for the effort. God bless everybody. Pray. Be happy. Ask God for his protection.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for listening. And we love you all. And we're grateful that you were here and willing to listen. Have a beautiful evening and be sure and pray.